What is your favorite YouTuber and why? Northern Lion. Variety streamer who plays different games and likes to do DLE games. In essence, his Isaac Days. This dude's trivia knowledge and pop culture references is amazing. I'm happy he is getting more recognition nowadays. Avoiding Thepidal. Fighting game ex-pro turned commentator variety streamer. Sometimes teaches secret tech and Discord tech. A nice change of pace from the usual nice guy online persona with his unique sense of humor. Do not ask him questions. Definitely a genuine guy who just loves to hang out and play video games. The CRAFS man. I'm not even into toe aching or kit bashing or whatnot, but his videos are a joy to binge and they're creative and educational for hobbyists of any level. His voice is so soothing and his ideas are amazing. Not to mention he's a motivational force that leaves me feeling like I can do anything after watching any of his vids. I hope to be like him when I'm older and have more time to develop my hobbies into creative ventures like he has. He's really just the most awesome content creator I've ever had the pleasure of subscribing to. It depends on how I'm feeling. For 1 month I can be completely invested in one YouTuber. But then I find another channel I really love and forget about the last one. However, one that I keep going back to is CXLVXN or Calvin. I found him a few months ago with his Minecraft from the Forg Horror Mob Pack series, and I've been hooked ever since. His commentary is absolutely amazing and is constantly entertaining. He's undoubtedly my current favorite YouTuber at the moment. That may change in a month or two. But for now it's him. I'm almost scared to say. A lot of the ones I like end up being terrible people. RT Game. Chaotic Irish Gamer. He loves chaos. He loves causing chaos. And it's damn fun to watch. His recent New Vegas video was the perfect encapsulation of him. Had a plan. Got overpowered. Absolutely fucked people up, but in the process he got creamed by Deathclaws and Khazadars and high-level raiders. But he also taught me a few things about the game which I will explore for my next playthrough. Game Grumps. They have provided hilarious content for years. Not just with their YouTube channel, but with their Starbomb music content too. They have a nice mix of shorter and longer videos, one-off episodes and longer series. So there's a variety to their gaming content. I also love how they provide a collaborative nexus for many other great YouTubers, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Pahola54. Best debunker of fake science and science grifters on the internet. He's been on there for 15 years. Does it part-time. And refuses to monetize any of his videos when people in the past asked to be able to send him money. Instead, he asks people to donate to a charity he likes, Health in Harmony, which provides free healthcare in exchange for not cutting down rainforests. I like this Russian channel with a guy called Vlad that does weird things to lodders. Ever thought of replacing your oil with dishwashing liquid and wondered what would happen? Wonder no more, they've done it. Ever wondered how long a gearbox would last with no oil? They've done it. What about replacing your brake pads with wood? They've done that too. It's pretty fun. At the moment, probably Clint's reptiles. I'm not a reptile person, but I still really enjoy his content and a lot of it isn't actually about reptiles. His videos are informative and his passion and enthusiasm are hard to resist. I also really love Garrett Watts and really wish he'd post more. Liam Thompson also wish he'd post more. Ryan George and Big Tub. Recently got into Carseo. I haven't watched streamers or gaming channels in years and recently got back into watching streaming. And I kept seeing montages of people calling him creative fat people names. It was hilarious. His reactions were hilarious. From there I found Sketch. Before it was PKA because FPS Russia, but that show is getting stale. Lockpicking Lawyer. Sarcastic short-form niche content that is surprisingly educational. Baumgartner Restoration. Relaxing long-form content that I frequently fall asleep to. It also helps that his talents are astounding. The Spiffing Bread. Breaking Games is usually funny, and Spiff puts out some excellent content that is tightly edited. Mark Rober. He is a science enthusiast that uses his knowledge to help people in entertaining and satisfying ways. He trolled porch pirates with tracking and glitter bombs, shut down a spam call outfit in India, does a lot to promote science as a way of thinking to young people and anyone that will listen. He's a national treasure. 89. When I was a kid on the T-ball team, I chose the number 6 because that was my favorite number then. However, one of the other kids chose the number 89, which to me sounded like the biggest number in the world. I remember being so jealous of that kid. Now, 89 is my favorite number. Outdoor bows, and I don't even like camping or being outdoors, to be honest, or of a luxury spa experience and fine dining person. But for some reason I really enjoy watching Luke camping in 60-degree Alaska weather and building snow caves, making bread and hunting ptarmigan. Mike Isertel making progress. He is just a fun guy. Initially I was watching him for tips to build muscle, but he is just a comedy god. Here's an edit I found with things he says. HTTPS U2 DEMJUFF6GPQE CZAXQ98XLH Mighty Calm Mods Internet Today Vice Grip Garage Fextra Life Savages Vlog Brothers Everyday Driver Sisha Kyle Hill Dan Morrill Mr. Sunday Movies. I like cars, video games, science, and being entertained. Penguin Series CR1 Tickle. He has an untouched reputation, no scandals, always remains humble and presents his true personality, and donates regularly huge amounts of his income to charity, for example 2014 50p to $0. Toss up between adventure cyclist Kino Eve, Vincenzo or Vincenzo's Plate, Old Blurdares and Benjamin aka Mr. Bald of Bald and Bankrupt in spite of the controversy about him, all liked for different reasons. Sean Ryan. Man produces the best podcasts and they follow an excellent listening pace or doing literally anything. He brings on many ex-military operators, and you get to see another side of that life. Dr. K is almost like free therapy for me. I just love how he gives me a completely different perspective on things that helps me organize my thoughts about certain situations or things that I might do. Noah Caldwell-Gervais. He does long-form game retrospectives and his writing is just so good. I also really love Sphere Hunter for her Resident Evil content. Seeing her in Cyberpunk made my fucking day. I think this depends on category. Weird Education Source. Education Sicher gesagt. Tech MKBHD. Mysteries Nick Crowley. X Explanations. Comics Theod 1. Overall, The Bearded Mechanic. Steve 1989. The man loves MRS on a level we all wish we had with our hobbies. Also, after months of eating certain questionable rations, he reappears casually with some other interesting ration. Many a true nerd, hilarious and interesting game series challenges that usually happen to be about my favorite games. Always the most positive and hilarious person you'll ever listen to. Elizabeth Sheroff of the Charismatic Voice channel. She's a classically trained opera singer who does reaction videos, an in-depth vocal technique analysis of popular music. Carl Bossman. I followed him when he was on game trailers doing the final Bossman and mini Bossman episodes. I just love his shtick and I am so happy he's doing the YouTube show. Smarter Every Day, Veritasium and Lessons from the Screen Playback when he was active. All three channels are educational, high quality and with no YouTube-type nonsense. It depends on what part of YouTube tbh. But Game Grumps have been faps for about 10 years now. They're the only ones I actively keep up with, and I'm still in the fandom. Outdoor Bows. It's fun to see him camping on the snow. Something that I have never done in my life. Him from tropical country. And he's just wholesome and full of energy. Red Letter Media. Historic. Funny. They don't pander. Don't clickbait with the same YouTube thumbnail algos. and they hate movies. Perfection. Edit also. Rich Evans. Probably the game grumps even though I don't watch like I used to. Nowadays really enjoying Dotodoe. In terms of serious content, Cinematherapy is a great channel. Fascinating horror history with a tasteful presentation. So much of YT is people just being unnecessarily loud and obnoxious. This is the antithesis of that. I love active self-protection. Veritasium, smarter every day. Tit, Edwin Sarkisian. Just good channels to kill some time on. I have over 100 subs. Answers with Joe, he just seems like an awesome person. I had a blast watching the eclipse with him from Norcaldy. I don't know why I came here thinking that most comments will say Mr. Beast. I'm sorry guys. I must have thought less of you. Please forgive me. Manly Badishero. I've discovered a lot of horror games thanks to him. And his commentary is funny and entertaining without being too over the top. Mr. Samuel Streamer and Wendigoon. Mr. Streamer because he's funny AF and is a damn dedicated provider of content, and Wendy cause he's Iceberg Boy. To Y Files. Not sure if they count as a YouTuber. If not, I'll say some ordinary gamers. And a bit more niche, I'll say the real gins. Veritasium and Kurzgesagt, their content and production quality is amazing. I love the topic for experiments they usually talk about. Entertainment from way back in the day. Hilarious. His account is gone, but the top videos were his when you search for entertainment.